everybody, how's it going? Sid Part 2 here. I'm coming at you today with just a Green Lantern rant vlog. I'm just going to get into it. I love Green Lantern so much. I'm just going to talk about Green Lantern throughout the entire video. He's just the most awesome character. It's the most awesome universe ever. And, he just deserves like a million movies. I don't care who gets screwed over in the process. He just deserves it all. He's the greatest character ever. Like, fucking dumb characters. Fuck them.
Gentlemen, the time has come once again to discuss things. $20. Here's the set. Hey everybody, how's it going? I got Bobby joining me today, and we're going to do an episode of Geeky Gentlemen on film! Film! Don't copy me. Don't just be a copy of me, man. It's not gonna be cool. No one's gonna like you. Well, no one already likes you.
Well, it works with our theme, today. It's the comic we're reviewing, so...
How does that... I'm lost here.
Well, the comic we're reviewing.
Oh, this is true! Yes!
So.
Themes. And, the comic we're reviewing, if the poster didn't give it away, is Deadpool.
Yeah.
See, because Green Lantern and Deadpool. Yeah, right? Yep. Clever. We're thinkers. See, this is why you're subbed to this channel, because I'm a thinker. I'm a clever guy. Yeah. So anyway, Bobby's a big fan of Deadpool, and I'm casual. I like the character. I don't really read a lot of his books, but, it's whatever. And maybe I should turn off my phone, because that's the professional thing to do. Anyway, I tossed it, so there. I made up for it. Anyway, so we're going to be reviewing Deadpool issues 61 to 64, which was requested by a subscriber, Blue Dragon 5. Now, he originally requested 61 to 65, but I started reading 65, and it definitely didn't have anything to do with what was going on, so we're just going to we're going to do this story arc called Funeral for a Freak, and I'm going to let Bobby talk while I eat some pizza.
Well, let's see. It's a 4-issue strip, and it starts off with Deadpool waking up in a graveyard. And there's actually at first you start reading it, and you're starting to think it's going to have dialogue, and there's absolutely no dialogue in the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And it's basically funerals. It's Deadpool's funeral, mm-hmm. And it's quite interesting. Kind of take how everyone would react to that, and Deadpool's actually a ghost at first. And that's kind of funny to see this back, what would you do as a ghost? Well, what would Deadpool do as a ghost? Of course.
That was hysterical.
Yeah.
I like the themes that were present, because Funeral for a Freak was a parody, or the whole story arc is a parody on Superman's death in the comics.
Okay.
Because when Superman died, they did a story arc called Funeral for a Friend, and it was Superman's funeral. And I don't believe Superman was a ghost, but anyway. So it was Superman's funeral, and you saw everybody, grieving and doing their things, and they did that with the characters. In Deadpool's universe, they put that, Deadpool spin on it, and, old ladies were being thrown into open graves and stuff like that. And it was a funny idea, it was clever. I love the art sequence at the end, personally. That was probably the highlight of the issue for me. But overall, the shocking thing was that there were no words. I thought, since I'm a pirate, I thought I got, a bad copy, or, I'd found an issue without, somehow they erased all the dialogue. I don't know, what was going on. But then I looked at the title of the issue. It's called Nuff Said, so that made a little more sense. So yeah, I enjoyed the concept behind it. I didn't know a lot of the characters that showed up except for Bullseye. Did you recognize anybody?
There was obviously there was Wolverine.
Oh right, yeah.
Wolverine. Then who else was there? Actually, I'm trying to remember again, but yeah. Oh, there was Blind Owl. Oh, it's one of his roommates.
Oh, okay.
She's an old lady, and one of there was also one of his sidekicks. I'm drawing a blank right now. Sorry, brain not working.
No, it's just. It was a cute issue. It had its moments.
Weasel, that was it.
Oh, Weasel Show. Okay. The other sequence I really loved is Deadpool's always had that thing about how he's in love with death.
Yeah.
Have they ever shown her face before? Do you know? Or have you seen her face?
I've seen her face a couple times before,
Okay.
but I always love the storyline behind that. Just how ironic, not ironic, but just his biggest love he's ever had was death, and Deadpool's somewhat immortal, so
Yeah. I like the reveal because I really was not expecting that when she took off the veil and it was just a straight up skull.
yeah,
That was cool.
Yeah.
I like the look of that. I thought it was really clever. And I want a crossover between that death and the death in the Neil Gaiman comics just because it'd just be cool. I know they're nowhere near as good as far as character goes. I mean, obviously Neil Gaiman's is better, but I just think it'd be cool to see how those two would interact. We're eating professionals.
yeah, so much, even drinking.
No more product placement for Mountain Dew. Why does everyone, every time I'm doing a guest appearance or I have a guest on jail, someone's drinking Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yes.
Alright, so the second issue, which is the longest out of the three,
Yeah.
like most dialogue and stuff going on. It was interesting to see how they were doing this. They continued with the parody on Superman's death, and this is where the parallel there kind of ends. But there they kill, or no, well, they don't kill anyone important. But like there they introduce these different Deadpools that are showing
Yeah.
up, and it was ridiculous.
Oh God, yeah. Because it starts off, Deadpool actually doesn't remember who he is. In his coffin, all he had left was just his hand, and just before he's about to meet with Death again, with her, he starts regenerating again, and comes back out of the dead, and he doesn't remember who he is. Runs into these. Oh, actually, he wakes up. He's having a dream. Typical guy dream what you want, being fed, massaged by beautiful women. And then, this wine doesn't taste exactly like... Wait, this is not wine, this is dog piss! A dog's piss in his mouth. And he wakes up in an alley with some homeless people there.
Yeah, and the homeless people, very stereotypically written, and that was fine. I didn't care. They fully acknowledge their stereotypes because how does it end? With them walking off of the page, never to be seen again. Very stereotypically written, but still funny enough to read. I like Spew. He was funny. It's very crude humor, but you kind of expect that with Deadpool. This book is really doing two things. It's doing crude, surface-level humor. It's very base. And then it's doing, critique of the comic book industry and the themes and stuff of superheroes. Because, how many superheroes, or comic book characters even, have died, and then come back and it's just like no time has passed? Well, that's exactly what happened with Deadpool. He's been dead a week. And here he is. Big surprise. He's back. And, that he's so back that there are 4 or 5 of him running around. And, what was your favorite copy personality of Deadpool?
It would be the No Pickles Deadpool.
That guy was creepy as fuck.
Yeah. And somehow the media thought he was an improvement of actual Deadpool.
That was a good ass line.
It starts off when you see him. This guy walks into a McDonald's, or not exactly McDonald's. It was a rip-off, but it was McDonald's. Anyway, so he goes there, and the guy's asking, "I have no pickles." Oh yeah, and there's this new guy obviously on the register. He's like, "I'm trying to find it." And the other man gets really enraged. How stupid are you? And next you see Deadpool, or the kind of clone Deadpool. He's like, "No pickles! No pickles! No pickles!" And pulls out a machine gun, starts lighting the whole place up. No pickles! in this entire time, I'm just thinking, like, what? Okay, imagine being the person on the news who has to describe what's happening on that one. There's this guy with a sock over his head, screaming, "No pickles, no pickles," killing everyone. It
It is a very perplexing situation. Personally, I like the superhero Deadpool. He was really funny. Like, he was just very, very, cheesy Superman written. Because he was even a reporter. And he's in a bank as it's starting to get robbed. And he goes, like, he has that Clark Kent dialogue that, "Oh no, a robbery. I better get out of my secret identity as mild-mannered reporter Wade Wilson and slip into my superhero identity, the merc with a mouth, Deadpool." And, like, he's got this it's so cheese. It is like if you took nacho cheese, put it on one of those, like, American cheese slices, and then did that, like, several times and stuffed it in the holes of Swiss cheese, and then ate that, then squirted Cheese Whiz in your mouth. I think that covered all the cheeses
yes,
possible.
I think it was pretty close.
Forgot cheddar. Damn.
Cheddar.
And as you balanced on a wheel of cheddar.
Yes, with a little sprinkle of Parmesan. Anyways.
No, I liked him because he was
Yeah.
absolutely ludicrous, and it was just funner than shit to see. I don't know.
They had the reality, or the TV show Deadpool. That one was actually kind of, I found him kind of annoying, but I think that's what they were going for.
Yeah, I mean, obviously,
Yeah,
he was supposed to be annoying, but I don't know, he didn't do anything for me.
Yeah.
He's good cold?
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool.
Okay.
More
Anyway.
cheese. Cheese.
This is why it's relevant, cheese.
Yes.
I didn't think this through at all. Bobby was just hungry, and I was like, "Oh, I have pizza." Cold pizza. With cheese. Anyway.
By the way, we're not sorry if you're hungry right now and you have no food at your house.
Yes, if you go to your fridge and it's empty, desolate, has nothing there.
Like our souls.
I don't care. Anyway. Yeah. Sorry, guys. Alright, so he gets his memory back after meeting Weasel. And then he decides that he's gonna go kill all the other Deadpools, because big surprise there.
Yeah. There can only be one.
Yeah. And it is like, it's starting to get really cliche. But they balance out the cliche with a really good critique of, MTV. Or, VH1, whatever you want to call it. Just that whole, beast. They balance out the cliche-ness of the storyline with a really good criticism of that. Because they're at, like, a red carpet thing. And they're introducing, the Backseat Boys. Which actually is not a bad name.
Yeah.
For a band. If you knew what you were doing, you could make that a pretty cool band. If you knew you were parodying the Backstreet Boys, but then actually made it about, what you do in the backseat. That'd be pretty good. But of course, that's not what they are at all. But it was a pretty good parody of that. And my favorite line was the characters knew, the parodied musicians knew that they were absolutely pathetic. But it was so funny, the rappers were my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
Because they go, what was the line they had? It was,
People think we're scary.
Yeah, but then they had the other guy say something. It's like, people think we're scary. We're not hard at all, or something like that.
Yeah.
And it just made me laugh. I was like, issue 3 of this, the third installment of this was by far the best.
Yes.
It's very cliche storyline-wise, but has the best jokes. So if you're a Deadpool fan for the humor, that's definitely the issue to go to.
One thing I liked about what they were able to do is, since there were so many Deadpools, and the jokes, I like the tone, the level of joking they had with the actual Deadpool. It was the Deadpool I kind of prefer more, where he's joking, but he's a little more serious in this one than he is in the previous comics he's been in. So that actually does well. They actually spread it out, so if you're not so much a fan with all like the jokes and stuff, you can still read it and still enjoy it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd agree with that. He was much wittier in this one, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Like when T-Ray shows up, spoiler. When T-Ray shows up, I love how I say that after the fact. That's kind of wrong. When T-Ray shows up, he reveals that he's the one that brought Deadpool back this time. But the way he says it is, I'm responsible for creating you! And Deadpool goes, you mean you? And my dad? Mommy! That was really funny. This is very good bird mode. That was great, and like I really do love his humor because, like I said, he was very witty in this one.
Yeah,
I feel like he isn't a lot of the time. I feel like he's very, Looney Tunes, where he needs to be more, refined, more, just quick-witted. And like just from what I've read before, he doesn't like it takes a good writer. And the thing is, people think, well, he's a comic character, so we can have him do a comedic character, so we can have him do anything. And I don't think that's accurate to the character.
Yeah, that's one thing I wish they would kind of tend to go away from a little bit more. Mm-hmm. Because there's actually really a good storyline behind Deadpool. Like there's a route you can actually take that can be a serious tone and actually be something really serious, and still have him do cocky jokes, but. Fourth wall, there's a thin line you gotta walk between it. See, with the fourth wall.
He had a good... Like, there was only really one fourth wall joke in this. Oh. Wasn't there at the very beginning of the last issue? With the catch-up? Not like... Where he catches you up on what happened in the other issues?
Yeah. And then there was also one with The Sixth Sense. When he's waking up... when he's in the funeral at first. Now, doesn't he see Bruce Willis...
Oh, that's who that was?
Yeah, that was Bruce Willis and
the kid. Oh my god, I didn't even realize that.
And Bruce Willis just beats the hell out of the kid because he's like, oh, screw this, I'm not dead. Well, I'm dead. Damn it.
I did not get that.
Yes.
That went right over my head. I was like, who the fuck are these people? And then you just don't see them again through the rest of the issue, so I figured it was a joke, I just didn't get it. Like, I thought it was a continuity joke. That's really funny. I'm sorry, thank you, Bobby.
Well, I look at it first, I'm like, that guy looks a lot like Bruce Willis. I turn the page, oh, it is Bruce Willis. With the kid. Okay. That was a pretty clever way, showing, breaking the fourth wall, and showing Deadpool is dead.
Alright, so, like, there's this whole scramble at the red carpet event that, they're all trying to kill each other, and of course they're all fucking invincible immortals. So it's impossible for them to kill each other. Just bullets are either flying off or going through the person's.
Yeah.
But then, like, that whole scuttle dies down, and they decide that they're going to become a team at the end of the issue. And that was ridiculous. And you're like, eye roll moment as they decide to become a team. Then you go to the next issue, and immediately the team breaks up. Like, immediately there's a traitor.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the team dies.
Just straight away, like, what would you think was going to happen with a team full of Deadpools? So.
Oh, it was great. Like, that's what it was doing. It was criticizing, it was an underlying criticizing of, comic books. And that was a really good form of humor there. But anyway, so T-Ray takes them, like, the dead Deadpools and the main Deadpool, who's still alive. He takes them and he goes to a graveyard where there's a tombstone that says Deadpool cursed cursed with life?
Cursed with life.
Yeah, cursed with life.
And then Deadpool goes on a tangent about how, oh wait, that should be actual curse for life.
Yeah, I can go home and get home and get my thing.
Yeah, she also let me get my gun too.
Shut the fuck up, because remember I'm Deadpool. And it's like really getting annoying.
Yeah.
And then shit starts happening. But anyway, so they're at that thing, and then T-Ray pulls out this weird little, cosmic device that starts taking the traits of the personalities out of Deadpool's soul, basically. And so it's like, the best joke was his feminine side comes out and Babe's just
Yep.
woo. And then, his inner child, and then Deadpool starts commenting on it, and he's like, oh, please, stop him before Deadpool Who Cries at Foreign Films comes out. Anyway, they defeat T-Ray, and all of Deadpool's supplemental personalities go into T-Ray instead of Deadpool. And that makes T-Ray brain dead, because, he just got Deadpool's schizophrenia.
Yeah. So he's kind of like a vegetable now.
Yeah. And the settle out with homeless people is not very interesting.
Besides, one wants to become a mayor now.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay.
I
don't know what caused that, because
I didn't care at all.
Yeah.
I glazed over those pages. But the reveal at the end, you didn't see it coming, I did. And that's weird, because I don't read a lot of Marvel.
Yeah, well, the reason I wasn't thinking about it was just... That's a big... Okay, you go ahead and reveal it.
It's Thanos. T-Ray's talking about some guy hired him to do this to Deadpool, to get rid of Deadpool's personalities, because because Thanos and Deadpool love the same woman, death. So Thanos is going to curse Deadpool to live forever, so that he can never embrace death. And it was a really good reveal. I'm not saying it wasn't good. It just I saw it coming because I've been reading up on Thanos ever since Avengers, I guess.
Well, I don't know too much about Thanos.
Well, Thanos is in love with death, just like Deadpool is.
Okay, makes sense.
So it was a really good reveal to me.
Yeah.
And I enjoyed it, but I saw it coming. I was like, well, they're where did T-Ray get this cosmic device that's tearing apart Deadpool's personality? And then they started mentioning him, okay, this looks interesting. And it is. I really enjoyed it. It's a great way to set up a rivalry between Deadpool and Thanos. And I don't know if they ever did anything with that, but I thought it was clever.
Yeah. Another reason I thought it was so surprising, I read a lot of Deadpool comics, and usually Deadpool doesn't get a lot of big supervillains in his comics. Or he does, they're usually in there for an episode, an issue or so, and then they're gone. But it's kind of I wouldn't think he would care so much about a wolf. A wolf not care so much about a sheep. Not calling Deadpool a sheep, but
I don't know. I thought it was really interesting and a really funny reveal. Mm-hmm. Not funny, a really fun reveal, because you could definitely do something interesting with that, and I'm sure they did, because it came out in 2008.
Was it? Okay.
There's not a ton to this story. It's no giant character move for Deadpool. It's no... The art's not really anything special.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. It was fun. Like I said, I like the reveal at the end, and it's got its moments, but I wasn't wowed by it or anything. You who read a little more Deadpool, is it, where would you put it in a ranking of Deadpool comics?
Of the ones I've read, I would rank it up. It's not one of the best I've read, but I like it. I liked it, but it's easily forgettable almost. There's some other stories I've read that are a little more in depth, but I enjoyed it. It's quite enjoyable.
Yeah, I don't really know. I'm gonna, what do you think? 5-star rating out of 5? 3.5, 4?
I'll give it a 3.
Yeah?
About a 3.5, maybe.
Yeah, it's fun, and I can see why someone really would enjoy it. Back in 2008, when did Wolverine come out? 2009?
It was 2009.
Okay, so back in 2008, there wasn't a ton of great Deadpool, from what I remember. Or, that was right before he got really big.
That's when a lot of, there were some pretty good Deadpool ones, but that's when he started getting a lot more mainstream. Marvel kind of, they tried really hard to put him out there.
Yeah, so I imagine for someone who's I imagine for someone who was reading that at the time that it was probably a lot better than it really is overall. I think when you read this, the context of that might change your opinion of it. Because the person that, Blue Dragon 5, the guy that told me to read them, and I hope I got the right volume. I wasn't sure about that. I was worried as I was reading it, and I realized that 65 was wrong. I thought maybe it's either he told me the wrong issue numbers, or like the wrong volume number, in which case I'm really sorry. So let me know if something went wrong there. Anyway, like I thought it was okay. It was nothing amazing, but it was enjoyable. I mean, it's certainly not like the worst Deadpool comic in the world or anything like that. I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like I enjoyed it. I'm not going to complain about reading it, but it's nothing like I'm not going to rush out to buy the trade.
I definitely enjoyed it. It was be something fun for me to read it again. You know, another like couple, you know, another year or so, read it again. But definitely, I enjoyed it.
Well, thanks for joining us for this mini episode of Geeky Gentleman. And it's not very gentlemanly to talk with my mouth full, but I'm going to do it anyway. Thanks for joining us, Bobby. Great to have you on the show finally.